Hi, I'm Towin, and today I'll be trying to beat Pokemon Y2 Challenge Mode with only Doduo. Doduo is what you will call a glass cannon. Low defenses, but high attack and speed. He also has some good stab moves to work with. However, the coverage is an issue. I'll probably have to brute force a lot of battles. The rules for the challenge are simple. I can only use Doduo for combat. I'll have other Pokemons for 8 gems, but I won't be allowed to use them for battle. No items during battle, however, health items are okay. And finally, Evasion Boost, Focus Band, and the moves Return and Hidden Power are banned. By the way, yes, my voice sounds a bit weird. I'm still recovering from a cold, so I'm sorry for that. With that out of the way, let's start the run! I start by using the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to replace Tepig for Doduo. That way, my rival has Oshawott, probably the hardest to fight. I name her Perunda, hope I'm saying it right, a two-headed bird from Hindu mythology. She has an impish nature that gives her more defense and less special attack. I'm fine with less special attack, and more defense might help with Doduo's frailty. She also has the ability Early Bird, so when she's put to sleep, she can wake up early. I don't know how useful it'll be since missing a turn probably means defeat. But it's better than his other ability Runaway, that literally does nothing during battle. Finally for the moves, Doduo has Peck, Growl, and Quick Attack. Pretty good for the start. The beginning of the game is pretty easy thanks to Doduo's high attack. Having Quick Attack as a stab move also helps as I can outspeed Pokemon that have a higher level and deal decent damage. With this, I can easily get to the normal gym. I try straight away, but Doduo's low defenses are an issue, and I'm also not doing that much damage to Terran's Pokemon. His first Pokemon, Patrat, does a third of my HP in damage, while Quick Attack from me does a quarter. And even if I manage to defeat him, Doduo is too weakened to continue fighting. I battle all the trainers I had left and some wild encounters to train Doduo to level 14. At that level, she learns Fury Attack. It's a multi-hit move that has a 15 base power for each hit. So if I hit 3 or more times, it'll be more powerful than Quick Attack. I try again and the battle starts amazingly with Doduo landing a 5-hit Fury Attack on Patrat while he sets up a workup. He heals the next turn and I land a 2-hit to get him to the yellow. So to play it safe, I use Quick Attack to finish him off. The Ace Lillipup is after and I land a 2-hit while he sets up like Patrat. I get a 3-hit to activate his berry as he does the same with Tackle. But I get lucky and land a 5-hit with a Great to defeat him from almost full health. Bidoof is last and a 3-hit gets him to half as he sets up like the others. I then hit twice to get him to the red while he only uses Leer. So with a final Quick Attack, I can get my first patch. Winning against Terran grants me the TM for Workup. It's a move that boosts both attack and special attack. I don't know if I'll get that many chances to use it knowing how frail Doduo is, but it's still helpful. When I get to Burbank City, I go to challenge the Poison Gym immediately. But at level 16, I had a rough time against the trainers. So before challenging Rotsy, I get Doduo to level 20. On the way, I also get the TM for Thief. It's one of the few coverage moves I'll get, so it's better to get it straight away. I try multiple times the fight against Rotsy, but even while setting up a workup, I'm not doing that much damage. I can get to Whirlipede, but she can easily one-shot me. So I get a few levels and try again. Koffing is first and I start setting up while she hits a Venoshock. Thanks to the boost, a 5-hit Fury Attack OKOs her. Grimer comes out and I try to bait the Disable with Quick Attack, but I also OKO her with a crit. So last is the Ace Whirlipede. Peck does massive damage to her as she heals with a berry while Venoshock also activates mine. The berry didn't heal her enough, so with another Peck, she gets defeated. After dealing with Pokestar and the Plasma Grunts, I get to Gastilia City, in which after getting a few more Pokédex entries, I can get the Eviolite to boost both of my defenses. Now, I thought that I was going to breeze through the next gym, since it's a Pok type, but the Dwebble has very high physical defense and Rock Blast for super effective damage, so I didn't stand a chance. It's getting really annoying having to grind for every important battle, especially since after Berg is Colress and Elisa, which I'm sure I'm going to have to grind for again. While training, let's check on Doduo's moveset. By level up, the only useful moves we can still learn are Double Hit, Drill Peck, and Thrash. The last two are pretty far off, but Double Hit should be useful pretty soon. As for TMs, besides Thief and Workup, nothing really catches my eye. Well, Substitute will be nice, but that's post-game. Finally, by Move Tutor, I can get Roost. With Doduo's Frailty, I don't know if I'll get a chance to use it, mainly because it's after the 7th gym. I wish he had his Jevensen moveset, because at least there I will have Sword Stance and Jump Kick by level up. At level 28, Doduo tries to learn Acupressure. This is a really good move that boosts a random stat by 2 stages.
Unfortunately, it also boosts evasion.
So by my rules, I can't learn it. And even if I did, it requires way too much luck to use. I come back at level 30 and decide to replace Workup for Thief to steal Dwebble Citrus Berry. With this, it should be easier to defeat him. However, this also means that I won't use the Eviolite since I need to not use an item for it to work, meaning that I'll be more vulnerable. I try for an hour and after many tries, I get a run where he got a 2-hit Rock Blast and missed twice. He then sent Carablast and Peck wasn't an OHKO, so he hit me with Headbutt. He heals and I get him to a Sliver again. So after an Endure from him, a Quick Attack finishes him off. The Ace Leavanny comes out and he outsped
and puts me to sleep.
He hit an Aerial Ace to get me to 3 HP and thanks to Early Bird, I woke up to hit a Peck. But even when he's 4 times weak to flying, Peck was just shy from an OHKO, so Doduo went down. I go to train again and get to level 32 where I can replace Fury Attack for Double Hit. It's basically the same as if Fury Attack hit 5 times, so it's a welcomed upgrade. Funny enough, this is one of the best normal type moves I can get, besides probably Thrash. I came back after learning it and I got another run where Dweble's Rock Blast missed 3 times. For Carablast, Peck still wasn't an OHKO, so I had to take a bit of damage before defeating him. As for Leavanny, I outspeed this time, but I'm still not strong enough for an OHKO, so I get hit by Aerial Ace before KOing him. When Shelmet came out, Peck did a bit over half while he set up a curse. But luckily, another Peck was enough to finally defeat Berg. Next is the Desert Resort with Colress, and this battle took me many tries. Magnemite always paralyzed me at the start while Double Hit did half, so I had to hope to not miss or get fully paralyzed. For Clink, I relied on Quick Attack since it bypasses the lowered speed. I end up winning the battle, but Doduo was in a very weakened state after finishing, so it doesn't look good for the final Colress fight. I get to join Avenue, and here I can modify the EVs of Doduo thanks to the Beauty Salon to lower them, and the Dojo to increase them. Since I don't want to waste time on here, I just modify them on PK heads, which does basically the same, but without the time investment. Since Doduo has high attack and speed but low defenses, I decided to give him Max attack to make him end battles quicker and Max HP to increase his survivability. To the points I have left, I just put them on speed. I still think I'm going to outspeed everything at level 100, but I don't have anything else I want to put it on. Also, my attack IVs are 0. Jeez. I go to Nimbasa City and Doduo did surprisingly well against the electric types thanks to this high attack, OHKOing many of them. However, when I reach Elisa, Doduo stood no chance. Emolga outspeeds and with a ball switch leaves Doduo with a sliver of HP. And when Fluffy came out, Double Hit didn't OHKO even with a crit. So it was a losing battle. I try again at level 39 and get really close to being able to OHKO Fluffy and 2-shot Emolga. Because of this, I decide to go back to Virban City and get the Silk Scarf. This gives a 20% boost to normal moves. I equip it and realize that Doduo didn't have the Eagle-Eye equipped. But honestly, I don't think it would have made that much of a difference. I eventually get lucky enough where I don't get paralyzed by Emolga's or Fluffy static and get all the way to Zebstrika. However, she outsped me and OHKO'd me with a ball switch, so I need to get stronger. I get to level 41 and replace Peck for Drill Peck. It's a stronger version of Peck with 80 base power. However, I'm not going to use it right now since electric types resist flying. Finally, after many attempts, I get a run where I don't get paralyzed. Emolga is with Pursuit instead of Ball Switch and I don't get crit. With this, I was able to get to Zebstrika with almost full health. She uses Ball Switch to get Doduo to the red while I attack her with Double Hit to activate her berry, and she's luckily low enough on HP so that a priority Quick Attack defeats her. And with that, I can get my 4th badge. There's a triple battle against Heartbreaker Charles. For that, I catch 2 Azuriels that know Splash and switch the Seal Scarf for the Eviolite. But the battle was a breeze with the newly acquired Drill Peck. Clay is another story though. Right off the bat, I start with lower attack thanks to Krokorok's Intimidate. For that, I replace Thief for Work Up. But even with that, the Onix is a problem with super effective Rock Slide and Explosion. And even if I manage to beat him, Excadrill also resists my moves and has Rock Slide. So I need to get levels again. I come back at level 48 and start like last time with Work Up as Krokorok uses Torment to prevent me from using the same move twice in a row. Next turn, I OHKO him. After that is Onix and we both set up on the first turn. He outspeeds now and misses a Rock Slide when a crit Drill Peck activates his 30. He heals and I go for Quick Attack to do chip damage. But the next turn, his Rock Slide flinches me. It doesn't do that much damage and the turn after I get really lucky as he misses his Rock Slide and Drill Peck crits for the knockout. Sand Slash is after and I use another Work Up while he hits a Rock Slide to bring Doduo to half. But I can easily OHKO him the next turn. Finally is the Ace Excadrill and I thought I was too weak to win. But when I attack with double hit, one of them critted to get a one-shot. I 100% needed all of those crits to win, by the way. Afterwards is the PWT and I surprisingly won without much issue. Not even Colress gave me that much trouble, so it was a welcome surprise. I get to Mistralon City and guess what? I have to train again. I leave Subat with a Sliver with Drill Peck, but that's not much of an issue since I have Quick Attack. The same applies for Swanna, who attacks with Surf and leaves Doduo with low HP. At that point, I level up to level 50 and try to learn Thrash. It's a 120 base power normal move that locks you in for 2 to 3 turns and then confuses you. I replace double hit and with Thrash I can OHKO the Sigilyph that comes after. But for Skarmory, I need more power. I deal decent damage, but I'm at too low HP to even take a single hit. Fortunately, I think I just need a few levels. So I fight the breeder that's close until I get to level 52. However, when I came back, I get reminded that Swanna has Feather Dance to lower my attack. And even if I manage to get past Swanna without getting hit by it, Skarmory is still way too tanky. I get back at level 55 and this time things go way better. I can now one-shot the Subat and the same goes for Swanna, although I take a lot of damage from both, leaving me at a third of HP. Sigilyph goes down to 1 Thrash and next is Skarmory. Thrash does a bit over half as he sets up an agility. He hits a Steel Wind to leave me on the red, but because of a range, Thrash is able to KO her. I go to Lentimas Town and make my way to Undella Town. In here, I have to fight my rival, but he was no problem at all. The only reason I got too low on HP was because I kept hitting myself in confusion. The same goes for the double battle against Insulin because even though I'm weak to ice, they're all frail on the physical side, so I can easily one-shot them. Trade and fight. First is his Drodigon. I set up a Work Up and he uses a weak Revenge. With a Drill Peck, I get him to a Sliver and activate his parry while a boosted Revenge gets me to a third. But because he's weakened, another attack defeats him. Next is Flygon. He outspeeds and luckily misses a Rock Slide that most certainly would have KO'd me. So Thrash can OHKO him. And because I'm faster than Altaria and Hatsurus, Thrash can also OHKO them, getting me the 7th patch. By the way, Drodigon also had Rock Slide and many attempts were lost to him, so I got lucky with him using Revenge. With Drayden defeated comes the Team Plasma attack. I have to fight Insulin and even when I defeated him relatively fast, I'm getting the feeling that I'm going to have to train very soon, especially since the Colress battle is approaching. I get to Humilau City where the Water Gym resides and confirm my suspicions. Marlon's Pokemon deal way too much damage and his Carracosta can just brush off any of my attacks. I don't think Roost, which I can learn here, is going to help me either. I try again at level 66 but Carracosta is still giving me issues. I can't even get it to half with Thrash. I give it a shot at level 22 but I'm still taking way too much damage from his attacks. That's when I remembered the added effect from Roost. It gets rid of your flying typing. That means that Doduo won't be weak to Ice Beam and at the same time recover some HP. So with some yellow shards, I replace Quick Attack with Roost. I've already told what it does, so I'll just skip to the fight, which went way better compared to other attempts. I could set up 2 Work-Ups and stay above half when I defeated Wailord. Although at one point he froze me, but I threw out almost immediately so no damage was done. With that, I can one-shot the Mantine, 2-shot the Carracosta thanks to him needing to set up, and one-shot the Jellicent. With that out of the way, the only thing left before the league is Team Plasma and the rival. First is the double battle and the single battle against Insulin, but since these Pokemon are really weak against physical moves, I could easily win both fights. That means that next is Colres. I'm currently level 75 and I have zero expectations about beating him. Still, I tried once just to test the waters, but the results are obviously that I'm not ready. So while I grind, I'll tell you a couple of ideas that I have in mind. The first is using Work Up, Cherry Berry to heal the paralysis, and Double Hit to bypass 30. The second is to brute force the battle and use Rest to heal the paralysis. And the third is to try and use Roost to go slow and chip away his health. I don't know if either of these strategies will work, or even if I can do it below level 100, but if it doesn't, I'll have to rely on the battle subway to get something like Swagger for confusion and Life Orb for more damage. I get back at level 85 and in my best attempt, I managed to beat Magneton, Klinklang, and Metang only to be defeated by Magneton. I ended up with the strategy of setting up a Work Up, using Rest to heal the Thunder Wave, and then hope to crit with Double Hit. It was a range, so to make it more consistent, I used the 4 rare candies that I collected thus far. I know there's more, but I know that I can beat him at this level. On the first try, Magneton crits and Okos with Volt Switch. That was just mean. Eventually, I get back to Metang and realize that his Rock Slide doesn't do that much damage. So I take the opportunity and set up 2 more Work Ups. However, because of my overconfidence when Magneton came back, the Double Hit wasn't enough for an Oko, so I ended up fainting. Many attempts later, and I managed to KO Magneton again with a crit Double Hit and 2-shot the Klinklang with Drill Peck. When Metang came out, I made sure to set up 5 more Work Ups, and funny enough, Metang for some reason kept missing with Rock Slide and Meteor Mash. So when I defeated him, he only managed to hit me twice. Magneton is next, and I luckily managed to land the Double Hit to Oko him. Last is BGM, but a single Drill Peck knocks him out. See? I told you that I could beat him at this level, and it didn't require that much luck. Just a single crit, to not get crit myself, and to not miss a Double Hit. Finishing with Colres is the fight against Kyurem White and Getsis, but since none of them have rock or steel typings like Colres, I easily sweep through them. The same goes for the last rival fight. So I guess this is the point where Doduo turns into the cannon part of Glass Cannon. Let's take a look at Doduo's stats before challenging the league. I honestly think I have a decent chance of beating them. I'm going to replace Rest for Roost for a more reliable recovery move, but besides that, I think I'm ready. Let's see how it goes. First is Marshall, but as you probably expected, he was a complete sweep. I started with a lucky crit on throw. I don't know if it mattered, but if he lowered my speed, I would have probably lost. Besides that, he only managed to hit me once with Sock, and it was because I had to use Work Up so that my Double Hit could bypass his 30. Second is Grimsley, but like Marshall, I had no issues against him. I even forgot to heal, but with Roost and Work Up, I was able to easily defeat his Pokemon. Even his Crocodile would Intimidate, who was the reason for setting up multiple times. Third is Caitlyn, but yeah, no problem again. After using Work Up while she missed Hypnosis, it was an easy win. Doduo is really turning into a monster with how easily she's decimating the Elite Four. Fourth is Chantal, and for once, I have a challenge. She leads with Cofagrigus, and luckily I Oko her with a Drill Peck. Next is Driflim, and I take the chance to set up while she attacks with Thunderbolt. I heal with Roost, and she attacks again, but this time for less damage. Next turn, she goes down. Chandelure comes out, and she outspeeds and hits a Fire Blast for massive damage. But a single attack knocks her out. After that is Vanette, but I know she'll go for Sucker Punch to get an easy win, so I heal with Roost. However, the next turn, she hits a Will-O-Wisp to burn me while I healed again, so I have to set up a couple more times. She doesn't do that much damage, so I easily knock her out. Last is Colurk, but she stood no chance even when I was burned. Finally is the champion Iris. The combination of Roost and Work Up is proving to be more powerful than I thought, but let's see if that's enough to beat her. First is Hydreigon. I take the chance to set up twice and heal when necessary, so when I'm almost at full health, I KO her. That's when I remembered. She has an Aggron that's 4 times resistant to my moves. I still try to battle her and Drill Peck almost gets her to half. However, that was a crit, and she easily took me out with a Head Smash. Next try, I set up 6 times and use all of my Root's power points to be as healthy as possible. Doduo gets a crit Drill Peck again, leaving her at a sliver and getting one shot in return. As devastating as that defeat was, since Doduo isn't fully leveled up,
there's still hope to get past her with a bit more attack. So I used all of the rare candies that I collected beforehand and maxed out my level. I set up 6 times against Hydreigon again, but because I ran out early on Rue's power points, I ended her with Doduo's health on the red. Aggron comes out and Drill Peck doesn't crit. However, Head Smash misses, which caught me by surprise. So with that, I KO Aggron with another attack. I then proceed to auto almost all of Iris' team with Drill Peck, the Lapras, the Archeops, and the Drotigan. As for Hatsuru's, since she has a Focus Sash, I had to use double hit, risking a miss. But luckily, it lands, defeating her and making Doduo the champion of the Unova region. That was a nice run. I honestly think that having 0 IPs on attack prevented me from winning some battles earlier and most probably the Aggron fights. But the end result was still good. I also didn't expect that the combo of Roost and Workup was going to do so well considering how frail Doduo was. So I guess putting Matt's EVs on his HP was worth it. For next time, I'm thinking of doing an idea that I've had for a while ever since I started doing the Shiny Professor Oak challenge. So in the next video, I'm going to be beating Pokemon Emerald with only Old Rod Pokemon. Usually in the games, there's the Old, Good, and Super Rod, and in most of them, you can only get Magikarp with the Old Rod. But Emerald is one of the few that has more available. So if the idea interests you, maybe consider subscribing. If you want to see more of my content, you can check my Shiny Professor Oak challenge playlist that's on screen. Or, if you want to see something more like what you just watched, you can check the challenge runs playlist that's also on screen. Anyways, that's all I have for now. See ya!